Hey everyone, I'm Nicole, and today I'm going to teach you how to switch from ChatGPT to Claude without starting over. There's many reasons you might want to switch to Claude. For me personally, I used Chat in the past. I find Claude to be much more better at thinking, is more strategic, it has more features. So I switched a long time ago and I'm never going back. So to get started, go to switchtoclaude.com where I have a full guide here that gives you some starting out prompts. So if you've been using Chat for a while, you probably know that it knows a lot about you or your business or your projects. And so if you've already tried switching to another LLM, it might be like talking to a brand new friend and it doesn't know anything about you. And that kind of sucks. So we're going to solve that problem today. So step one, export your ChatGPT context. So I have a migration prompt that I've put here, and all we're going to do is copy this and then go over to our ChatGPT. So in ChatGPT, you might have projects or you might just have one long thread that you've been using. In my case, I have projects, and you see most of my stuff has been travel because I got rid of all my old ChatGPT stuff a long time ago. But if you have a single thread, you can just paste it in there too. So paste that prompt directly into ChatGPT. You can see that the prompt says, I'm migrating from ChatGPT to Claude. I want to preserve everything you know about me. Please generate an output file. So, this is basically our breakup text to ChatGPT, like, hey, you've been great. You know a lot about me, but I found somebody new, so can I get my stuff back? All right, so let's run this. It's going to take a few minutes, and we'll see it's getting started. All right, switching back to the migration guide, let's go to step 2. Create your Claude project. So hopefully you already have a Claude account. All of this works with a free account. So I already have my account here. It's totally blank. You can see there's nothing here, but we are going to want to go to projects over here on the left side, create a new project. So for me, each project has its own context. So personally, I have a personal project that I talk to about travel, my family, what I want to cook, things like that, But I have another project that's for business. I have another project that helps me with marketing. I have another one, that's for a specific client. So for this one, I'm going to call it personal NJP, since that's the context that I am outputting. This is for me to help travel plans and etc. What you're trying to achieve, you can keep this brief. This doesn't have a huge impact on the project itself. So you go ahead and click the project, and now you see this whole beautiful interface here. So we have instructions up here that are blank. We also have files that are blank. So we're starting from a very blank screen. You can see you can also connect to tools, which is really cool. If you use Slack, Canva, whatever, Google, I use it to check my Google Calendar, my Gmail every day, so many things. But for now, we're focused on switching from ChatGPT. So, okay, step 2, we have created our Claude project. Awesome. Step 3, build your project instructions. So now we're going to take that output from ChatGPT, that profile, and turn it into Claude project instructions, okay? And we have created this prompt here that is going to, you see, before generating my instructions, ask me 5 targeted questions. So you'll see all of that. So let's go and copy this. Step 3, go into Claude, paste that. You'll see paste your ChatGPT output here. We are going to come back. Our profile is here. You can scroll down to the very bottom and click this copy button. So we're going to copy all of this profile that ChatGPT made for us and paste your ChatGPT output here. There it goes. So it shows you the pasted content. So we're going to go ahead and click that. And so this is going to take a couple minutes to run. And again, it says it's going to ask us a few questions. And while this is running, if you want to learn more about getting started with Claude, go a little bit deeper, you can go to claudeforeveryone.com or claudetraining.com, where I will go into detail about how to set up a strategic assistant, various projects for various clients or employees, run your own agents, all kinds of stuff. Everything you need is in claudeforeveryone.com. Okay, back to our project in Claude. So now it's asking us some instructions. What's your actual profession, primary work? So I am a founder entrepreneur. For this one though, I'm gonna mostly be doing travel planning. Yeah, pretty much just travel planning. Technical. Yeah, let's be pretty technical here. Or varies by topic. Let's do varies by topic. Okay, anything ChatGPT got wrong? I found ChatGPT was a little too structured, listy. You know, I wanted to be more like a friend, not like a robot, you know? Okay, awesome. So Claude has output this artifact you see on the right side. So this artifact is written in something called Markdown. So if you click this little code button, you'll see Markdown is just a organized way of structuring the content, but whenever you look at it like this, it's nice and formatted. So it talks about who I am, how I think, primary use, formatting and tone. And let's go and copy this with this button. And it tells us here to paste it, go to your project settings, custom instructions. So to go back to our project, we can click back up here. So we can either click there or we could have opened the sidebar. All right, and now that we have that copied, we're going to edit our instructions and then paste this right in here. Awesome. Okay, so going back to the migration guide, we added our instructions to the project and now we want to test the migration. So we're going to go in, say, where should I travel maybe for my birthday? And just give it a little test. Okay, so it's asking us some questions. It's saying solo or with your boyfriend. So it already knows about me. So again, do a little bit of testing, continue to train it. Lisbon, that's great. I've been wanting to go there for a while. So anyways, awesome. And now the more that you use this project, the more that you will be training it. So I highly recommend continuing to train it. So asking more questions, telling it more about you. I'm going out to eat tonight, blah, 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 whatever you want. And you can also add files here. So let's say you have a bio, you have a personal bio, or you have some other information, a travel itinerary or something coming up. You can put that there. If this is a business project, you can put your business plan, you can put your scope of work template. So basically how projects work is anytime you start a new chat in here, you try to keep it in the context of the project. So I mentioned this is personal, so I will talk about travel and stuff and just personal stuff in here, maybe my boyfriend, maybe whatever. My other projects, I will talk about business specifically. My client projects, I will post in client transcripts, etc. And what happens every time you start a new chat, Claude will look at your instructions first, so you don't have to reprompt every time, like you are a friend of Nicole or you are a marketing assistant. Claude looks at that first, so you don't need to be reprompting all the time. And then also, it references your files too. So you're building a whole ecosystem here with these Claude projects. So we just migrated from ChatGPT to Claude. So a few things. What Claude can do that ChatGPT can't. Again, projects, the persistent context. It's amazing. I go into a project that I've been training for a year now, and I can ask it, I can take a picture of a menu and say, in another country, and say, what should I order? And it knows me so well that it tells me what I should order. Skills, we haven't even talked about that, but that is a huge feature where you can do reusable patterns across projects. For example, I have a scope of work generator. It's amazing. MCP integrations, you can connect to all your tools, your Google Docs, your calendar. I have a skill that checks my calendar and my email every morning and my task list and tells me what I should be working on. Pretty amazing. All right, so there it is. You're all set up in Claude and ready to say goodbye to ChatGPT. If you want to go deeper, take my full course. It's over here, claudeforeveryone.com. Thanks all.